Are you streaming now?
Yes, you're
without
streaming.
any warning?
It's streaming right now.
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
It's on. It's public. It's 7 o'clock. Once I hit that start button, that's it. Because we don't have a schedule anymore. We can't schedule. Hey, y'all. We're going to give it a minute to let y'all get in the room. You want to play the music?
Well, I wasn't ready, so I'm just...
You want me to play the music is what I'm saying while you get ready?
No, I'm trying to get myself so I can see how many people are in here so we can get started.
Yeah, you got 78 people. $83 people.
I am April BB.
Get to all those questions. All right. Good evening. Gang. Hello. Okay, so Lori, what's up? We is live. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, Susan, we're live. Paul said, great video, good audio, good afternoon. Good. Glad to see the video quality's there. We are live. Yes, we are. Philip, hey, what's going on? Forest Glory, hi. Wanda, hi. Cindy, hi. Is we rich? Yeah, in spirit. Hello, Gil. Prince Lex, what's the deal, baby? Shout out to El Boogie. Shout out Jazza. Fat Boy, what's the deal, baby? Paul said, I tried to join you on Facebook the other day and it said it was closed. Is there a reason for that? Yeah, because there's a closed group, there's a Patreon group. So, Paul, depending on which group you try to join, you have to have access to that. If you weren't accepted as access, just let us know. We'll accept you, of course. Mr. Brando, be nice. I am being nice. Someone already told me to be nice. Why am I being mean already? Am I a mean guy? I'm the bad guy. Paul said I was blackballed and didn't know it, Mr. Brando. Well, Paul, we'll get it fixed. We can get it fixed while we're sitting here. It doesn't matter, big dog.
Tell him to message me.
Message April BB. If you got a question about procedure or policy,
message me on Facebook.
On our Facebook Messenger.
I don't be on all them other ones.
There's a lot going on in the world. And hence for the reason for the conversation tonight. There's just not a whole heck of a lot going on in Iraq. So
we're going to do introduction? Or no?
Thought I explained the show first a little bit before. I was trying to get more people to get in here since there's only 94 people.
Be nice. Well,
I am being nice.
It actually gets slow like that because we can't pre-schedule. That's what I explained last show. So it normally picks up as we go along.
No, I understand that. So I'm just trying to give it a chance to pick up and go along a little bit. So kind of explain what the show's about, what's going on. So
go for it.
I was trying. You want to take over? You want to tell them what's going on?
Be nice, Mr.
I'm
Brando.
being very nice. I mean,
I'm just telling you because I thought you were about to go on your rant, and I was just gonna say, okay, we didn't do introductions, so they don't remind us. That's all.
oh, I wasn't about to be around. I just gonna tell everybody that today was gonna be real casual. There was a lot of questions that people have had lingering. I thought we'd give everybody a chance to get in here, so I don't have to repeat the question twice or three times throughout this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a questions and answers session because there's just not a lot of news available right now. Just not a lot going on anywhere. I mean, there's a lot going on like in Indonesia. There's a lot going on in Vietnam. There's a lot going on in Venezuela. But I mean, as far as Iraq, the primary investment, what most of us are looking forward to, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on. Okay, Dexter has a question. Save your question, Dexter. Why don't we do our our intros then, and we can get to the questions then. You want to do your introductions?
Oh, is it time now? Hi, I am the ever so pleasant April BB.
I have no retort to that. I'm not even going to yell tonight. The ever so pleasant. Yeah, and I am your humble Mr. Brando, and welcome to the status of the Iraqi Dinar IQD chat and world news. Anyway, Dexter, what was your question? I think a pertinent question today was somebody keeps posting up. Well, with them having so many dinars available in physical currency, how are they going to reinstate their currency? I think what most people don't truly understand is that the currency, the physical amounts of currency, at least 90, I'd probably say at least 88 to 92% of it's in the country. So when the Iraqi dinar reinstates, the Iraqis aren't going to run down to their local bank and exchange it for USD. I don't think people understand that. And like Pempe and I were talking earlier, and it was some staggering number that he told me, that he said, if you took all the physical currency in the world and you took all the debt, the physical currency in the world wouldn't even cover 10% of it. So how could they reinstate their currency? Because the currency they're going to reinstate it for is digital. It's not physical. People got to understand that this is the 21st century. You don't have to have something backed by something for it to hold a value. That's what's called fractional banking. The whole banking infrastructure of the universe is built upon it. The whole reason why you got invested in this is because you wanted to buy something at a low margin, sell it at a high margin, and boom, you're done. But you're exchanging your currency for your currency of your native land. Not in Iraq. Iraq, they're going to go down there and exchange their dinar for a dinar. No, if they go down there and bring truckloads of currency into the bank, it's going to lower the note count, substantiate the higher value of the currency. So it's just a never-ending, perpetuating cycle. So get off that. How are they going to reinstate their currency? That's how. They're not going to reinstate their currency and then go trade it out for USD. Doesn't work that way. So I don't understand your question, or why you don't understand the lack of the question. What? Dexter, if you had a question, man, ask it. I know there's so many people saying hi. What's up?
They always do, babe. It's just you normally,
have some decent news. There's just no news. I was just thinking about that earlier today. I was like, man, I have no reason to do a show. And Miss Beauty said, don't even do one. It was like pointless.
Well, or just give you guys a Q&A session. That's what I actually told them. I was like, if you guys have your questions, you can submit them. You can put them in the chat, or you can call in. And I'll post the number too.
When are the projected on the dinar flipping this year? Any news? I don't do dates. I'm not a soothsayer. I don't have a crystal ball. If I had a crystal ball, I'd pick lottery numbers. Did you know that? I've always said that. It's easier to pick lottery numbers than when the Iraqi dinar is going to reinstate. Venezuela is about to ignite. Yeah, I will talk about that. You guys, I told you guys, Venezuela is a powder keg. All we're waiting on is invasion.
A powder cake?
No, powder keg. Keg.
Okay.
It means a bomb.
Okay.
Are you looking for cake?
No, I was just trying to understand what you were saying because I saw a post about Venezuela.
Yeah, it's a bomb about to explode. It's Venezuela is the new Iraq.
I saw that. That's exactly what I saw on the Facebook. Did you put that?
No other. I mean, probably Angela or somebody else did.
Oh, Angela, that's who.
Angela Harris is probably one of the most biggest supporter and one of your biggest fans that you probably don't know, but yeah, she's big
I pay
on.
attention. No, I see her.
Yeah,
she posts
she
a
posts
lot.
a
And she posts
shitload.
often.
Oh, $10. Hey, thank you guys. For every monies that we get for this, we're going to put this right to the website. We're trying to start a King of Guru website, and I've had 2 anonymous donators tell me for the foundation that whatever's donated tonight, up to $50, they will match. So if anybody donates money tonight, that whatever money is, that goes straight to the website. How do I get you on Facebook? Go to, what is that? Mr. Brando, April BB, Facebook page. I hit the thumbs up. Greg, thank you, man. Thumbs up. Okay, what is Patreon? Someone wants to know what Patreon is. Okay, Patreon is into our what we call the subsect of what we're going to do for the next level. So Patreon is what we're doing to create a wealth platform that's based upon a couple different pillars. We've got people who are going to be involved in cryptocurrencies. We've got people who are involved in the digital space and banking and foreign investment. So all of that is Patreon. Patreon's talking about wealth building. Patreon's for those people that don't know what to do with their wealth. Once they get it, how are they going to be guided and shaped to make investments with the people they trust, and they'll go back into a structure in which they don't trust or don't understand and can't do business with them or won't do business with them. And you could be a casual investor. You might be a depositor. We're going to own we have lots of plans. We're talking to people about we're already forming our own bank. We have our own foundation. I mean, we're going to do big things. So Patreon is for the next level. And for forward thinkers, like many of us people were talking earlier about our mission statement, about how we need to come together and really agree upon the principles. And I think we got to have between 3 to 5 pillars of understanding, but not too many. Thank you. That's $10 more. Thank you. Like I said, all those $10 are going to that website. We're going to start this website.
That was from the Reaper.
The Reaper, man. Shout out to the Reaper, who's already a Patreon. Thank you, man.
And the first one was Lisa, my girl Lisa. Shout out to Lisa.
Shout out Lisa. And Lisa told me yesterday some big news about that too.
Shout out to Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael. Thank you.
Michael's also on keto, and he sent me that recipe for you.
And all of these guys are Patreon. Oh, look at this, another one. All these guys are Patreon.
That's Bethany.
Oh, my God. This is all Patreon. You guys, I can't even you guys are going to make me cry. You guys, for real. You guys already give so much. We just want to build this website so we can take it to the next level. We can start doing business right now. So we can realize what's going to happen in the future now. It just takes money. It just takes infrastructure. We talk about it all the time. We laugh about it.
Somebody had a question. I know, lost it in all this. Hold on. Somebody had a good question too.
A good question.
A decent one. Let me say that.
A good one. I hope a good one. I hope it's stumped Brandon.
The devalue at $322, but also have to
devalue
the cost of living.
So I bought this mattress and it came in a
a 25. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's my girl Susan. Hey Susan.
Susan, all my admins, y'all and all my patrons acting a fool in here today. Y'all want to build this website bad as hell too. I do too. Fat boy. Shout out Fat Boy, man. $20, man. Thank you.
Shout out to Sammy D. Is you live?
Sammy.
Okay.
Sammy Prince Lex and the Hizzy, man. For real, we're going to build this website. We need to build this website. And I was told that once we build the website for the Patreon, then we can go out and start. We have people that want to do business with us on a bigger level. They just want to see this have some structure. So when we have our structure, we can do that. I am. Make that site gang. Man, y'all gonna make me say it. I'm trying to be positive here, man. I'm trying to keep my low key. I'm trying to give you guys everything you need. And that's when people ask me about charging for information. I don't charge for information. This money is going to build a website for a foundation. This is not for Iraqi news. You want to know Iraqi news? You got me for 45 more minutes, straight up Iraqi news. As long as it's not a date or a rate, then we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Whatever you want to know. Whatever you want to know.
Pimpe, you missed a good video. I'm going to have to send it to you on, they're talking about his apocalypse, his zombie apocalypse. They defunct your girl's whole theory.
Yeah, there's no zombie apocalypse. I've been saying it. Y'all don't have to believe me. Bill Massey. Oh my God, more Patreon. $50. That's going.
Will.
Jeez, Louise.
Make that site bomb. Gang. That's what
we are, man. We
Bill Massey. Shout out to Bill Massey.
Yes. We've already decided that we're going to take our time on that. Ms. BB's already said we're going to launch it when?
January. That's
January.
I mean, I feel like I'm a planner and an executor. So I like to, give yourself time so we don't get overwhelmed, right? We got stuff.
The highs.
We got the coins.
We still getting coins. We still got a box of coins. And let me tell y'all this about coins. The reason why it's hard to get the coins out because so many of them got stolen.
Well, and then I'm gonna send out a
text. My God, Lisa, stop acting up, Lisa. I'm gonna put you in timeout.
Oh, Lisa, thank you, Lisa, girl. And you in that next batch too. But here's my thought process, and I put it in the last video we did. That okay, I've wrapped these things up as best as I can because it's just one coin. I'm going to you guys are going to have to start signing for them. So I'm going to try to do, when I go to the post office, and I'll talk to Mr. Brando about costs later, I'm doing a certified mailing. So I feel like maybe that'll cut down on the theft.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, the thing is, we just want to make sure you get your coins. And I know this is Patreon business. Y'all don't care about that. But, the ones that really shine through is the core. You know what I'm saying? The ones that show up every day, the ones that put in the work. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this an environment to where you want to come to, that you feel like entrusting us with not only the asset, which is you. Your money's not your asset. People don't understand that. Money is not your asset. Money doesn't define who you are. What defines who you are is the character in which you have when you have money. Okay?
And John, you're not out of the league to donate. If you do what you can do. If
you can't do it, then you're here. You donated enough. You're here. Thank you.
Donated your time.
Thank your time. Shoot, that's all I'm looking for is able, hard-working, ability people. I don't care about money, man. Y'all got that confused with your average YouTuber. We're in this for the long haul. We're trying to build something that if something doesn't happen today, tomorrow, the next day, the next hour, that this can make us money.
Okay, we have a question.
Okay.
And shout out to a GQ Pretty Boy. Kelly wants to know, can you talk about the dual citizenship in terms of taxation?
Yes. So, it's been long since my thought process that we were going to hold dual citizenship. I've talked to the Patreon members about how to do that. Once you have that second citizenship, you fall under the tax structure of that second country. I'm not going to give you the countries because you got to be Patreon to do that. But what I will tell you is if you hold a dual citizenship and the second citizenship's tax structure is different, you're taxed differently. I'm not trying to not pay tax. I just want to pay as little tax as possible to further invest into my GMROI. My first thought process is when I get myself out of debt, let's say it costs me $100,000 to get out of debt, how am I going to make $250,000 to replace my $100,000? That's what Patreon's about. Oh, Cindy, thank you, Cindy. That's what Patreon's about. Patreon's about how do I take a little bit and make it into a lot of bit. A lot of bit. And that's what people understand. Not Iraqi information. Hell, I give you guys all the Iraqi. Hell, if you know me well enough and you haven't been insultive or rude on here and you hit me up, I answer your questions. I hit you back. I have no problem doing that at all. Heck, I stay on the phone with people half the night, texting, talking. But now it's time to think next level. We have an idea. We know it's marketable. We got people. We know we know what we want to do, and collectively as a goal, let's smash our goal. I've always wondered this about the Iraqi dinar.
I got another question.
Why is it that since we've been in this as a group, we didn't make any money together as a crew? We could have made money doing something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was being philanthropic, helping nations, we could have got together, at least started the charitable arm, been helping out people in war-torn countries or Haiti or wherever. I'm just saying.
Do you think the HCL law or the UN is holding things up?
Yeah, I think the UN's holding things up. I don't think the UN's seeing everything they want to see. HCL law, no. HCL law is post. The UN, there's something definitive that the United Nations, the IMF, Treasury, and the UN want to see. You want to know the honest truth? That's the truth.
Hey there, the question for you, Mr. Brando. In my opinion, what do you think about the news article said that will change their exchange rate in the current legislation term, which it ended July 31st?
Then I think it's going to change here rather quickly. So remember this about their exchange rate. A dinar in Iraq is still going to be a dinar. Get it? So what I'm saying to you is this. When the exchange rate changes, an Iraqi really won't know the difference. A lot of Iraqis are probably going to get ripped off in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going to be giving monies. They're going to be overpaying for things and not understand. That was the biggest thing about, I think, that happened in Europe with the euro, that people were paying old money prices for things with a new valued currency until people caught on. Business to consumer theft was high. You see what I'm saying? The idea is, guys, who was that $100 donor? Oh my God.
That was Lisa.
Oh my God, Lisa. Slow down, girl. But understanding that theft was super high. So,
What happened?
Oh, someone just said, Miss BB, make sure you mention Patreon, Mr. Brando, because 365 also has Patreon. Oh, yeah, 365 has Patreon. I hope he does a great job with it. God bless him.
But why mention it? I'm sorry.
I don't know. But someone just said it. I'm reading. I mean, it's like a teleprompter. I'm like,
okay.
If you guys ever watched, what was that show? San Diego, Stay Classy San Diego. What was his name? Ron Jeremy. I'm reading a teleprompter here. Itchy Brown Eyes. That's Chad. What's up, bro?
That's what?
Chad's the one with the IT infrastructure.
Oh, Chad. See, I could go by Itchy Brown Eyes. That's why I never knew his name was Chad. But okay. There was another question, but I lost it. Yeah, and so the second part to what Uncle Long was saying is they don't keep up with their word. How can we believe that they'll pay the citizens the HCL law in October?
Well, because, okay, here's the thing. You can't. If you want to know the honest truth about it, you can't. If you're going to put your faith into something, don't put it in an Iraqi politician. I wouldn't put it in an American politician. You see what I'm saying?
No politician.
Right. All I can say is this is what they're telling you. This is where you're going.
Thank you, Katrina.
Katrina, thank you. Katrina. Shout out. Oh, Seamus said that was an accident.
What was an accident?
He muted out Itchy Brown Eyes Chad's comment. That's all right. Can you tell us when Iraq employees are scheduled to get paid on their Q cards? They're already getting paid on their cards, on their digital cards. Also, in your opinion, do you think they would want the RI rate changed before making payments to them? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So let's just say you're about to get, let's say, Article 140 money. Article 140 money could be paid before the reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar because, and this is a big because, is a small piece of people that were displaced. If you're talking HCL, it makes more sense to pay them after the reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar, because then the number shrinks. You don't have to print more currency to pay them off. Okay, so don't get confused by that. The HCL law is a national thing. The Article 140 is a little small regional thing. So don't get confused by it too. It's no big deal. You guys want to talk dong? Where am I at with dong? Are we been buying dong? Man, we should be buying dong.
We almost there. We almost at the promised land for the dong, but. Can I say my little thing about Dawn? Because now that you said you don't trust
Marnisha couldn't find the $22 link on Patreon contributing to gang. Man, Marissa, gang! Go ahead, man. Y'all are acting a fool in here tonight.
That's why I'm bullish on Dawn, because all the stuff going on with Iraq, it just I don't believe him. But that's just me. There's always something. They're always doing something.
Let me give these guys another nugget while I'm bullish on Dawn. Because Pimpe and I talk a lot, and the pimp called me and told me. The pimp with the lamp. Uncle Luke. When Uncle Luke calls me, he's kind of like E.F. Hutton. I kind of listen sometimes. Now, a lot of stuff Pimpe talks about, I be like zoning on him. I be like, whatever. But when he hit me up with today with that article about Indonesia wanting to trade the value of their currency and bring it up, you guys want a nugget. Here's a nugget. And I didn't give this to Patreon. I'm giving it straight to you guys for all this love I'm getting right here. When Indonesia, who has a smaller infrastructure than Vietnam, is talking about revaluing their currency based upon the trade that's going to happen in that Asia-Pacific rim, then you guys got to understand, they already have a decent economy. It's better than Vietnam's. Little bit. So now you're going to have them reinstate or revalue. Don't you think Vietnam's on the verge of revaluation? You guys got to understand, man, that all of this is tied together. And that's where... on institution speaking, where I am going to be in Patreon saying, well, look, we're going to buy this currency, we're going to buy that currency, buy this currency. And not just by me, we're going to get people who are much smarter than I to help run that. That's easy.
Darcy wanted to know what the Patreon levels are.
Most people join the $25.99 or $25 Patreon or most people join. I just got a cash app from Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. All this is going to the website. Yeah, Sharon's already met the goal. What's going to happen is 25, 29, or 65. Most people do 25 or 29. I don't really tell anybody 65. There's only 2 people doing it. That's just mad love from them. They just got money like that, and they love me, and I love them.
Yeah, but then we try to get rid of that.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't eliminate it as a tier. And then I have a $5 tier on Patreon that every donation that goes, where it all goes, that $5 goes straight to the website. We're not using that for anything else, paying anybody, because we got to launch this website so we can get in negotiations with people that want to invest money in the company because they like the strategy, because we've been talking about the strategy for a little while.
No, Paul L, you're not in any trouble. Send, just like I said, message me, April BB, on Facebook Messenger, and we'll get you taken care of. That's a technical issue, probably.
Hello?
Mr. Brando, what's up, man?
Hey, man, what's up, man? Who's this? You got Daisy growling at you. What's going down?
Can they hear you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. What's going on? What's the good nature of your awesome call this evening?
All right, I got 2 things, man. So, I just retired from the military, right?
Right?
And I work in the government.
Okay.
One thing that I don't see is that I'm kind of a little conspiracy theorist as well.
Okay.
I never see anyone in the United States government ever talking about the Iraqi Dinar reinstating. Simply because I think they don't want people in on this. That's just my feeling.
They don't want what now?
Okay.
The thing is,
Well, I'll tell you my conspiracy theory after that if you want to hear it.
But women, he said they don't want what? I didn't hear.
People talking about it.
Oh, talking about. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Do you know why people in the government today don't talk about it?
what's that?
They do talk about it. I've talked to a couple different senators. I've talked to a couple different Congress, because this was 2-3 regimes ago. This was Bush Jr. You know what I'm saying? Those people are done or in different facets of the government. When it went through Obama, now it's going through Trump. They don't have the same aspirations and goals. The Trump administration is going to do things different as policy-wise as Obama, and Obama's going to do different things policy-wise as Bush. But those senators that I know still hold bukus of dinar are still waiting on it on not a day-to-day basis like we are, but on a planned basis that they know that the realization is going to happen. Just when they're not sharing.
Well,
And I think things changed amongst government. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the whole Marshall Plan was thought through the same way that we're thinking through it, to a logical level as far as Iraq's concerned. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I also think that they can't really talk about it because then it's like, okay, if Trump's sitting on bricks, right? Mm-hmm. And then every move he makes is questioned because he's got a financial interest in it. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
So I don't think, for the most part, a lot of these politicians don't speak on it because they hold it, and then all of their moves would be questioned.
I'll give you an example. Real quick, okay? So let's say I'm a politician, and I know you're about to have war happen, right? And I dump $100,000 into Halliburton. Do you think I'm going to tell anybody I bought $100,000 worth of Halliburton? Heck no. Even though I'm part of the tribunal that's going to set the war, me personally, I'm not going to say anything. Why should I? You know what I'm saying? I know it's wrong, but that's the way life is. Life ain't fun, easy, or fair.
Okay. All right. Well, me, I strongly believe that it will, especially based on what's in black and white. And I hear a whole lot of gurus talking this and that. But one of the main things that's kind of concerning to me is when people start. I'm more of an analyst, and I kind of like overanalyze things. Mm-hmm. And when I see people making a pitch especially when you have the dinar involved, it's like that sleight of hand type thing where you say, I got this free intel, they call it, which is not intel.
Of course.
And over here, you want to buy some soap scrubs, and you want to buy some cotton candy or whatever they're selling or whatever.
Sure.
So there's one particular person, which is more of a business, he's like a lawyer guy, which he has a hustle. I get it, trying to make some money, but this is like a more serious matter, and he's selling trust. So a lot of people don't understand like what a trust entails. Like you just can't go in there and just get a trust and then boom, I don't want it anymore. It's a legal binding document.
Right.
So, what I want to know is it necessary at this point? Because we don't know the rate, we don't know the date. Is it necessary at this point to buy a trust, or at any time to have one?
Okay, do you want my personal strategy? What you're asking is my personal strategy, I'm assuming. I don't believe in a trust. The reason why is I consulted the person that's been doing my taxes, who's a tax accountant, who has a tax lawyer on staff, and we decided that it was better for me to form a corporation. And the idea behind the corporation, it was based upon venture capitalism and that whatever, but the idea is the trust. The reason why I'm not accepting it as a trust is because of the tax implications. My whole thing is I don't mind paying taxes. I don't mind. I pay taxes my whole life. I don't mind giving the government its due. But I know they can't manage the money they have now. If I'm a windfall of a few whatever $1 million, how are they going to manage my tax dollars then? So now at that point, my strategy as an individual investor is I'm taking my money, I'm investing it in something that's going to invest in myself and my family. Because I think that we're a better steward of our money than sometimes the government.
Heck yeah.
Now, I think a lot of people at that point are going to say, well, that's un-American. And it is un-American. But because of my dissatisfaction in the way that this country's run from this presidency all the way to the first presidencies, besides slavery, and even through those days, I would say that I don't have a lot of really big-time love for the government the way it's run, if you know what I'm saying. I have a lot more faith in myself.
Yeah, I get it. All right, well, and there's one last thing. Mm-hmm. You talked about, you and Ms. Vivi always talking about, doing things on the side, making money, cryptos and stuff like that. I was into the cryptos, and actually still is. I have Ripple, I have some Bitcoin, which is, volatile and everything, but at the same time it's good to hold. But on the other side, they have these IPOs. Before the crypto is actually released, they have an IPO, and then when the IPO actually launches, you can make a pretty penny. Well, on the flip side, I don't know if you heard of this guy. I can't remember his name exactly, but he's on the Shark Tank. He's that guy that sits all the way on the end, sort of like a brown hair guy. He sits all the way on the end.
Mr. Wells. No, you talking about the brown hair guy? I know who you talking about. I don't know his name, but go ahead.
Yeah, he has this thing called. I just had it in my head. Hold on a second.
Yeah, while you do that, let me ask Mr. Brando a question.
Sure.
Do we still need the new CBI government to be seated before the reinstatement?
No, because the new CBI governor has been sitting by proxy the whole time, working in the background.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
It's called GetAngelRich.com. And what they do is they support companies right before they IPO, right before the IPO launches. Mm-hmm. So, like this particular guy that's on Shark Tank, when Apple launched, he actually had an IPO, and in Apple, and he got 530,000% on his investment into Apple. So what they're doing now, they're putting these companies, they have these sharks. They come, well, they're the shark, but when the entrepreneur comes on their show, they have a business idea, and then they will help them launch it, by giving them and investing in their company. So when that company actually IPOs, if it's a big hit, then it could be a huge windfall for whoever. So that's one of the things that if you're talking about making some money on the side or whatever, I mean, I was looking at it. It looked pretty good to me. And if you want to, I can post it. It's actually the website is called www.getangelrich.com.
Get Angel Rich?
Get GET.
Yeah.
Angel, like a flying. getangelrich.com.
Okay.
And there's a video on the front page there, and you can look at the video. And whatever company, whatever launches, if it's a big one, then $50, $100, $1,000 can set you off pretty good.
Yeah.
So especially when this RI happens, something like this in your pocket, and you have more capital to invest. You talk about billionaires, 100 billionaires, trillionaires.
That's it, brother, man. I appreciate the call. Okay, man. Thank you for the insight.
Thank you. We'll look into it.
100.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Man.
Bye-bye. Shout out.
Shout out Seamus, my boy Seamus, man, coming through heavy, man. Y'all dropping these blessings, man. Thank you so much.
And GQ.
GQ, shout out, big shout out GQ, man. Thank you for doing your thing, man. Appreciate the love. So Kelly says, why do people go to Switzerland and open bank accounts? Because they're trying to hide money. Sorry, I don't know about all this. It's called offshore banking. The banking laws here are a little different than the banking laws in Panama or in Switzerland and other places. I don't really want to talk about it on here because I get enough yellow strikes. If you guys
or
want
you
to
get cut off.
I get cut off or shut off or something. So if you want to talk about that, we talk about that on Patreon only. Sorry. Education is finance is important. Yeah. Understanding that how you use your money, what you're using your money for, and having control of your own money is probably the most important educational tools you can possibly have. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark Cuban. I'm also a big fan.
You are?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark Cuban. From way back in the day, I read an article from him out of GQ that talked about wealth, and he told everybody that he felt that he was truly wealthy when he made $1 million or $2 million a year back in the 80s. And that was the perfect amount of money. And that's how I formulated it in my mind, that having $5 million, if I had a net worth of $5 million, then I was truly wealthy back then. But now it's a little different, my definition.
Okay, Lori, put in the comment section. You said the Bank of David. I went out there and looked. He has several episodes. So are you saying watch the whole thing?
I'm in talks right now with one of the Patreon members about, actually, this is what your donations are going to, is once we get the foundation started, we're starting our own bank. I've already talked about it. We're doing it. The difference between this channel and other channels is this. We have a vision. Enough of us are sick of the status quo that we're going to change policy. And the only thing that we could do about changing policy, since our numbers are low, is pool our resources and get to work. That ugly four-letter word that all of us hate is work. But we're going to work at it. And we're going to make it right. And like Miss BB told me earlier, we're not going to always agree. We're not going to always be smiley and happy. We're not going to always be this. But you know what we're always going to be? We're always going to be family. We're always going to have a voice. You're always going to be heard. Everybody's going to be equal. There's going to be partnerships. And it's going to be a place that you're going to want to be a part of, want to be with.
And I don't think people have a problem with work. Oftentimes, and this is what I was telling Mr. Brando, people don't leave their jobs because they hate to work. They leave their jobs because of their bosses. So I think you have to be passionate about what you do. And I think that's important. And I think, people will definitely work towards a goal, especially if they're passionate about it.
I'm definitely passionate about it.
I was talking to my friend Sarah today. There's two things that I feel like you need in life. It's called the GGs. That's goals and gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude. You know what? I mean, I'll tell you this. One thing that I can say that I'm working for the current establishment that I work for right now, we come into work, we have a sales meeting. In every sales meeting, we have a meeting about an attitude about gratitude. Mm-hmm. Seriously, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. And since you're right here with me, why are you glad to be right here with me right now? Yeah. And I relish in that stuff, man.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny. You don't even notice, but I have a little sticky on my desk. And there's 5 things that I'm grateful.
I'm 1 through 4.
Oh, my God. He's so humble, isn't he, you guys? But he is on my list of things that I'm grateful for.
Oh, because let me tell y'all this. Without this woman right here, there is no Brando. Okay? I already know that. I don't have to tell y'all. Listen.
How'd you know he was on my list for...
Because I'm the ish, man. I'm the humble.
So humble.
Because you're on my list. Man, I can't tell enough. Let me tell you this.
Can I drop some bombs of my own?
No.
He's like, I know already. I'm on your list.
I'm on that list. But you know what? I'll tell y'all this. Without Miss BB, there ain't no Brando. Ain't even a thought of Brando. Not even a thought. This woman's taking me to dream and be bigger and think to do more, to think bigger, to try harder.
Uh-oh, you got a call. It's Lee.
Oh, Lord.
It's the pimp Leroy.
He better not be coming with no Trump, bull crap, zombie apocalypse crap.
The gold.
If you, Pimpe, in my new Zen from fasting,
Yeah.
if you come with that,
You know, I was laughing. I said in the group, I said, hey, it's amazing what 24 hours of fasting will do, loosen up some people's pockets. Seriously, I mean, hey, but you know what's crazy? I lost almost 7 pounds. 7 pounds.
You eat that much,
It's
Pimpe?
mostly water weight, but I was like, good Lord, man. I went to go put on some pants. I was like, hey.
well, look out, big sexy. Be careful.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did
you
you?
never lied. That's funny you said big sexy because my son's friend, he's a big boy, man. He's probably like about 6'3", about 325 pounds. They want to do wrestling. He's like, I need a cool name. I call him Big Sexy. He ain't that sexy. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, you know what, man? Booker T down here in Houston, I've met him a couple times. Tell him if he wants an introduction, man, I'll introduce him to some guys. Houston's a big hot spot for wrestling, and my boss was big time wrestling.
You know what? I admire Booker T. If people really know his true life story, you have to admire the man. He's a good man.
Champagne.
Good man.
Him and his brother. His brother's good people too.
He's over it. He's been leather wrestling for a long time. Over here in Lodi, he goes over and he practices with these guys on a lower level, and they've been working with him. And then, he's been bugging me about putting, I guess, for about $2,500 to come out and they'll set up a ring, an outdoor ring in the backyard. But him and his friends, one of these days, they're going to break a neck. But they got these old beat-up mattresses on the ground, and they be throwing each other off the roof and stuff. I'm like, hey. You know, don't be getting crazy. But that's how crazy they're in their, like, backyard wrestling, you know, old school stuff. Remember that?
Oh, one thing I want to add real quick, y'all. So for every show, for the next show, I'll try to have a list of what was pledged, so you guys know from day to day what was pledged towards the website. I want to keep that open and transparent. I'm not pocketing that money. That money's going in for infrastructure. So I want to post that up there. I'm going to say, look, we had, $300 pledged. I'll make sure $300 goes in that account. We'll have receipts. It's all above board. This is an open meeting.
Yeah, like a Jerry Lewis telethon if you want him, my brother.
Brother, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Pimpe's our Jerry Lewis.
No, I can do it.
So silly. I cannot
No,
with you.
look, we talked about it doing the same thing. About, you know what I'm talking about, the other project. We talked about doing the same thing. I think it's a great idea. There's nothing wrong with people doing that.
And we want to support. And we want to support the homeless. And we want to support vets. And we want to support battered women. And we want to support children. But you know what? You got to concentrate your efforts into things. You got to support platforms that you know the money's actually going to reach the people.
There is some news, and I don't know if you're able to, if you covered this at all. The Iraq increased their U.S. Treasury bond holding.
Yeah, no, I didn't even mention it to 31-point-something%. They bought a bunch.
Yeah, almost 31% for the year. But people are like, they asked me, what does this mean? And I said, I go, did you guys pay attention to any of the shows?
No.
Go back. I'm just teasing. But if you go back, remember we were talking about what a country needs to do. This is another indicator that the rate change is going to happen. This is actually big, but it slipped past people. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
We talked about this. What is one of the things they need to do, or one of the things that is, to make sure that they don't get crushed by speculative investors in their currency, like what Soros did over to the UK. One of the things they need to do is increase their bond holdings in other countries.
Right, to protect themselves.
So when I seen this, I was like, oh, yes, this is just another. So they increase the amount of foreign currencies they have of other countries.
Mm-hmm.
They're increasing, and that's the best one, purchasing more U.S. bonds because the economy is doing really good. All this tells me is they're absolutely preparing to do a rate change. When I saw this, I was like, yes, why isn't nobody really talking about this? I was like, this is kind of a big deal.
Well,
I mean, we talked about it before.
Because I think we talked about it so many times, and we talked about China dumping some of their holdings, other countries picking it up, that I thought people kind of would understand the point of is that they're buying those holdings to protect their assets against the government, against their currency. We already know that.
The same people who keep saying, hey, how is Iraq, who has 72 trillion gazillion dollars out there, going to be able to do this? Those same people? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, those same people. Those same people that obviously, when they, you know what, I get it. You know what, they're frustrated. Their questions aren't being answered. But here's the answer to that question. Because the money, actually, when you exchange it, is digital. Think about it. Digital currency, digital world. So you know what?
Like
and
people ask me again, I was like, dude, I'm telling you, look, if you go to Mr. B's and Mr. April's, YouTube channel. You can go back and see some of the more videos. You only need to go back about 2 months, 3 months, and you'll see all those videos from them. I mean, the information really started pouring in, like real hardcore about a lot of things that we needed to see get their ducks in order. And one of the things we talked about was they had to make sure that their foundation was stable before they can make the rate change. And one of those is they're increasing their bonds, foreign currencies we talked about. And people are like, hey, what do you do about this? There's more currency out there. Me and you were talking about this earlier. I think I caught you saying something about it, but I was walking around. People don't realize this. If you're worried about how much currency is outstanding versus what's coming in, if you take all the debt that's out there around the world, all the debt out there, do you understand there's less than 10% of that debt's actually in foreign currency? I mean, paper currency. There's not that much currency. All of it is digital.
Yeah.
It's just freaking digital, man. So when people say, well, how are they going to handle it? What do you mean how are they going to handle it? When you walk in there, you got like $30,000 or $30 million. You think you're just going to walk out with $30 million? That ain't going to happen. What you're going to do is you're going to deposit. You might be able to walk out with a nice little fat wallet full, but the rest of the money stays in your account. And it's in digital format. That's what's going to happen. So that's how it stays there.
Pimpe, can I tell a quick story about the bank?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I told Pimpe this. I went to Chase Bank today to go take care of some banking issues about the foundation and about our corporation. And I was going to make a deposit, and I was in Chase Bank. And whether you like Chase or don't like Chase was irrelevant. So I go in there. I talk to a guy named Kevin, and Kevin says to me, "Hey, Brando." I was like, "Yeah." I go, "I want to do this, this." He goes, "You can't." I go, "Why?" He goes, "The whole system's down." I go, "The whole system? I mean, like the whole universe of the system of Chase Bank is down?" He goes, "Yeah, we can't make accounts, we can't change accounts, we can't do this, can't do that." I said, so Kevin, if I wanted to move $1 million right now to another bank, could I do it? He goes, "No." I said, so wait a minute.
The liability that's involved with that, though.
Well, understand this. I said, well, what if I want to just go ahead and withdraw $50,000 right now? He goes, "I'd have to check the bank's vault, but I doubt you could get that much cash on hand." And that led me to this thought. So I'm on Iraqi. All of a sudden, the rate changes. I go down to the bank. They're going to give me a little plastic card with a little swiper on the end of it and tell me to go have at it. They're not going to give me USD. They're not going to give me Swiss franc. They're not going to give me any other currency than the currency that I exchange it for, which is IQD. And in Iraq, they're going to exchange IQD for basically a banking system.
Yeah.
So that's how you get more 3-0 notes off the floor.
If you go to the bank of Pimpy, I can give you some $50, man. I ain't going to lie. Hey, no, but seriously, here, I'll repeat it again. When me and my Wells Fargo manager went over it, he told me, "This is what you're going to do. You're going to come in. You're going to get my attention. I will." He says, "You're going to show me what you got. We're going to validate what the current rate is. That's what you're going to deposit. That's going to be your deposit rate." He said, "But I'm going to tell you, you can get some up front. It's going to take X amount of days, and then you're going to have access to more, and then X amount of days after that." And so you have access to all of it. And the reason for that is we don't want to crash the banking system. We don't want to do that. So they're already aware that there's that much dinar out there. But at the same time, when I first started talking about him, he said, "What do you think is going to happen with that money? Do you think are you going to try to walk out with it? How much do you have?" And I said, "No, I don't even want to hold that kind of money." But I was laughing about it. But he was serious because I think people have that impression that they're going to stroll into the bank, lay down $10 million, and walk out with $30 million. That ain't going to happen.
You're nuts.
You have to order that money, first of all.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. I'll tell you this. Anything over probably about $250,000, you're going to catch hell trying to get out of the bank. I'm just telling you this. They're not going to give. They'll probably give you probably up to about $300 cash, and that's about it in a bank. I'm just telling y'all. And that's for a bank's liability.
They're going to give you how much cash?
About $300,000 cash.
300,000?
300 cash, yeah.
You'd be lucky to get that.
250 is what I've always heard. Now, can I say something? Shout out to Tiffany. Shout out to M. Ciota. Thank you, guys.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it true that the U.S. holds 5.5 trillion dinar? If so, how can we find this out?
You can't because you'll never listen.
5.5 trillion.
Okay, I'll tell you this. You can't because it's not something that's applicable for a country to report its foreign currencies and in what denominations or country. So you'll never really know that. It's not. You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
The IMF website, they have a list of all the currencies held by the United States.
Okay.
Is it on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then for sure I believe it, Pimpe. If it's on the internet, for sure I believe
I'm
it.
trying to rain on your parade, my brother. But I send you a couple links sometimes. I said, you want to see something crazy?
Pimpy! Pimpy!
Can I get the next call?
I'm laughing at you. Of course it's on the internet. I don't believe it. Stop it.
But send me the link. Okay, Jack says, why no one talking about the UN agenda, the 2021 to 2030? I know it's political, but it's a big deal. They don't want a bunch of millionaires.
Because the UN's greater function is establishing emerging markets. They've got to get a couple wins under their belt before people buy into their concept. Think about it.
Just that.
I mean, think about it.
Remember that guy that gave that speech in Davos?
Yeah.
I told you my biggest fear. So they already know this. They're prepared for this. You can make as many millionaires as you want, but they know this guy, and we talked about this before in other videos. This guy that does his talking, I can't think of his damn name right off the top of my head, but when he talks, billionaires listen. He's one of the biggest top dogs when it comes to finance. He was mocking, currency gurus, and then after he mocked them, he stopped and he said, "Now, having said that, those who are talking about and investing in the dinar and the Vietnam dong actually got this right," is what he said.
And I will tell you this. If you guys go back to that interview I did with that senator, General talks about the Vietnamese dong. You know what he told me? You're on the right track. There's no secret to how you make money in currency anymore. The secret right now is why we haven't made money right now. That's the secret.
Also, people are saying, well, how come politicians and them are talking about it? You're talking about an SEC violation. If they know or have access to that type of information and they let it out and people benefit from that, that's a huge,
Martha Stewart.
It's breaking the law. You can't do that.
Yeah, they learned.
Kind of like, I'll give you guys an example. Kind of like why when you walk into your local Chase Bank and say, I want to exchange my Iraqi Dinar for USD, and they say, well, we can't do that. We don't know anything about it. Well, of course they don't. It's against the law. That currency's under sanctions. They can't exchange it for anything. If you're lucky enough to get an answer out of somebody, that's a personal relationship. Nurture it.
My bank manager said, all I can tell you is this. Right now, we don't buy or sell the Iraqi dinar because it's not internationally recognized. That's what they told me. But they won't tell you anything else, so I tried many times. I even tried Brian, but I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Paint Mixer says there will be no RI till the Iran deal is done.
Why? Iran hasn't stopped anything. If anything, Iran's helped our whole situation. Only trading in dinar now, opening up free trade.
I told you like a little didn't I say that?
Yeah, they put their major people under sanctions, including their government. I mean, I don't understand the thought process. And Paint Mixer's a great guy. Trust me, Paint Mixer's smart. He ain't no dumb guy. I'm just saying I don't see how that is because there's too much going on that I can substantiate. Why not?
Mr. Brando, is it true that Vietnam holds IQD and Iraq holds Vietnamese dong?
Yes!
And one goes to the other have within a short amount of time.
Listen, y'all. In Zimbabwe, they hold Bolivar. In America, they hold Swiss franc. In Venezuela, they hold dinar. In Canada, they hold Iraqi real. Yeah, it's all true.
The person that comes into the bank and are doing an exchange, there's no delays in the exchange. You have to hold. The more foreign currencies that you hold and in your bank, the higher your credit rating is. It's part of their credit rating scenario. Also protects them a ton from speculative, collapse.
And you know what else it does? It promotes bilateral trade. The whole premises of this whole podcast is about trade. So you guess what? You want a bomb? Miss BB, buck those eyes again. Boom! Bomb, trade. Yeah, the fundamentals. Blocking, tackling, throwing the football.
Did you read my lips?
I know it was for me.
No, that wasn't for you. But did you see what I said too? I'll wait.
You'll wait? Okay, thank you.
No.
Thank you.
So no, I'm not talking about that.
What do you think about getting Chico on? You don't have to say his full name.
I don't know yet. I gotta think about him. He kind of we'll talk offline about my thoughts on him.
On who?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I like what he has been saying lately, but you know what I mean. This is a guy who takes it to a whole nother level, but it's
you guys, can I tell you this? If I had my own druthers about the whole digital market space as this, I'd actually like to take some very smart digital smart people that are invested in currency as being an average person like a mother, someone like an economist, someone like a Miss BB, someone like a Pempe. I mean, someone like a few more members that I read about here. And I'd ask you guys, if you were going to create your own digital currency, What would it entail? What would you do? And that's where I attack it from.
Okay.
Before I actually ask any of these guys on YouTube anymore.
Philip M says, I have a feeling they're going to slip the reinstatement in a way like they're quiet about it. Like ever so gently, just slide it in.
Well, that's of course what's going to happen. I'm sorry, caller, we lost you. Of course that's what's going to happen. One day, let me tell you all this. For every YouTuber, and I call them YouTubers, they're not gurus, they don't teach you anything. For every YouTuber that's out there that tells you this date or that date or this date or that date, you ought to look at them and be like, oh my God, this person's a fraud. Because you know what? I could guess it every day, but you know what? One day I'll be right. So let me explain to you. Just like Kuwait. Kuwait told you one day, we're not going to do anything for 5 years. 2 days later, got a new rate. That's the same thing Iraq's going to do. They're not going to tell anybody. There's no going to be, I'm going to, hold on. I'm going to give a total revolution, an epiphany to the whole dinar land that's listening right now. You know what it is? They're not going to tell you shit.
Nope.
They're not. And they don't have to. We can look for the news as hard as we want, as bad as we want, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? They're never going to tell you exactly what they're going to do because they can't. It's not because they don't want to. It's because they can't. And you know what? If I was Iraq, I wouldn't either. So swallow that. Ingest it. Yeah, love it. Embrace it. You're not going to be the soothsayer of the Iraqi dinar. You're not. And if you are, great. Kudos to you. Guess what? I was right the very first day I bought the currency.
Well, I'm going to watch Miss April's face on this one on the screen. Wait a minute. Now, unless the stock market hits a certain level, no, I'm just playing.
You need to go watch Graham Stephan's video and stay off of that crazy lady's channel.
That zombie apocalypse crap.
Yeah, because he gives a whole breakdown analysis of every recession and everything. And guess what? The person that hung on to their money had $50,000. The person that left it in the stock market came out with 80. So
let me tell y'all this.
Nice.
I'll tell y'all this. Can we create our own kangaroo cash? Yes, we can create our own cash flow system. We can create our own banking system. We can create our own infrastructure. Hell, we can create our own political party if we want to.
It's going to be called the BB coin.
Yeah, actually, you can.
We might call it the BB coin. Put two B. I'm not. There's no idea too crazy.
It's called Pimpy's Patriots.
No, it's not. I will not name anything Pimpe anything. I can't say paying anything like a pimp. I'm pimping it off. Here it goes. No, but what I'm saying is, guys,
my pimpy dinars.
that's why we're involved in a think tank. That's fun.
Instead of Pimpe. Instead of the Libra coin, we're going to call it the Leroy coin.
Hold on. I'm going to make y'all laugh. Could you imagine China, Germany, Japan, USA? We're stopping the Leroy coin from going into existence. It's bullshit. We don't want the Leroy coin to jump off. These dang kangaroos are taking over.
$1 trillion of pimpy dinars.
But, I think people have to change their philosophy or their thought process. You got to look at it when the markets drop. I don't care what market it is. Stock market, crypto market. That's a fire sale. That's called Black Friday. That's when you pick up some things. Like, I love seeing it drop because guess what? It gives me the opportunity to get in. Like, XRP is at 25 cents. Hello. I'm waiting for a Bitcoin to get to 9,000. Hello.
And if you got a few dollars to throw at some real currency, if you throw $1 or $2 at a couple dinar or at Dong or at Indonesia or at Venezuela or whatever, you're just buying money. You're buying time. Trust me, the only thing you buy is cash flow. I don't care what any of you guys say. You're buying cash flow, if not for today, for the future. So think about that. When people tell you, oh, well, they're just talking about buying money. Well, yeah, I'm buying time. I'm buying money. That's what I do. I'm a currency speculator. That's what I am to my heart.
And every investment is pretty much speculative. I mean, the only thing that's...
Hell, Amazon was speculative. Facebook was speculative.
Apple.
Kuwait was speculative. Apple. Germany, Japan, China. When people tell you can't, I can show you 20 examples why I can. Just not right now why it ain't happened. And y'all know what? It's 8 o'clock. I'm about to let y'all go before I get on my preach. I'm going to get on my damn...
Wait. In your opinion, why would Iraq be holding off on the RI? As I understand it, they don't need the union's blessings. Am I missing something?
Yeah, because Iraq isn't the only person that has a stake and interest in the RI. You got to look at the IMF. You got to look at the UN now. So what's going on with those entities that they're not wanting to push that country forward? I don't think anything. I think it's going to happen sooner as opposed to later. Now, why it hasn't happened today, I don't know. I can't answer that. But I can tell you that I think it's going to happen really quickly.
Yeah,
Jay Lee Lopez, I'll let you know later. I got to figure out how I'm going to get him to you. I'm going to get with Anthony. Anthony said he has a shipping service. So
okay.
I already emailed you. And dog, I emailed you because, yeah, that's been a pain point for us getting these coins out the door. So you guys just please be patient. I'm trying.
And with all your talents and all your good things, if you guys want to join like the Patreon, Facebook, and let's say you say, I don't have any money, I don't want to do that. Just tell me what your talent is. Text it to me. Send it to Miss BB. Send it to Pimpe.
Not the 903 number you can text.
Yeah, text it to that and tell me.
Listen, he knows some magical tricks with some ping pong balls.
Man, I've had so many people reach out to me and say, look, I'm a this, I'm a that. I just put them in Patreon. I put them in Patreon. You want to know why? Because I'm investing in the future. Because I know that a strong team, a good team, is going to take a lot greater minds. Okay? And Pimpe, I love you to death, man. I love April.
Hey, that was fun.
Hey, I'm first, not Pimpe.
Well, I love you more than Pimpe. Goddamn. When I think of Pimpe, I think of Trump. You know how I think of that shit.
What's the order here? He said, "I love Pimpe."
Hey, Pimpe, I'm gonna make you laugh, right?
Good.
I got in this conversation.
You want to do another 24-hour fasting?
No more fasting. I'll make you laugh real quick, okay? So I was talking to a guy that we were talking about 2020 election. So he told me to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Who is the only Democratic candidate that the Dems can come out with that will even rival Trump? And they said they only wanted a one-word answer.
Michelle.
Wow. Okay.
That's the only one.
Michelle not running for office though.
You think she will?
No.
She would be the only. Look, if they got desperate enough.
She not running.
Understand what's at stake. There's a lot of criminal stuff that's being investigated right
Not Pimpe. I don't want to hear that. Pimpe.
Michelle's not running,
If they got
sweetie.
in office, they could stop it.
Who can run? Who can run?
Oprah and Michelle are not running. So just so you know that.
Mine was Oprah. I said Oprah. I'm just saying mine was Oprah.
And Oprah not running. And I just watched the interview with Michelle. She not running.
Epstein, so that's not gonna happen.
Oh, Epstein got killed. I'll say that on live. You guys, they'll fire me for this. Epstein got killed.
I truly believe that Iraq is trying to get all the corrupt people out that they can before they push the button. They don't
Hold on.
They don't want the bums benefiting from the RI. What's your thoughts?
Same. They don't want the corrupt politicians reaping the benefits at all. That's why you're seeing them getting rid of them. And that's why a lot of those corrupt politicians' monies, they're going to want to acquire and put it right back in. And that's why they just passed. And here's a bomb for you guys. The bomb about them having that law about recovering lost funds, that's why they just passed it in law the other day. Boom, I'm done. All right, y'all.
All right, Dan.
Have a good one, man.
Look up.
Everybody have a good one.
Ow! Bye.